says, don't even know what to write here. First time watching, first time donating. AGDQ is awesome. Keep going and greetings from Germany. $30 anonymous donation that says, thanks for everything you're doing. Amazing event for an amazing purpose. Lost my grandma 3 months ago. My condolences, Anonymous. We've got a $100 donation from Psycho Emo Ninja 6 that says, I've been watching the GDQs for 4 years now and have loved every second of them. I work in a hospital setting and have met many people affected by cancer, and hopefully these speedruns will help us speedrun to the cure for cancer. Got a $20 donation from Roro86A. Says, thanks to people from the German Restream. And a $25 donation from Kuro Tinchi67. Huge thanks to all the staff and participants to make this event exist and prosper. For a good cause, even. Speedrunning has always been a marvelous discipline with lots of research and practice for tons of games. I wish it could be extended to my favorite genre of video games, fighting games. With combo challenges, that could be fun as heck. Well, from experience, you can speedrun almost anything, even fighting games. So if you want to try it, it can be a lot of fun. I'd like to plug some of our other sponsors here. Awesome Games Done Quick is sponsored by Chrono.gg. They sell one awesome game every day. Every day is an incredible deal, typically at historically low prices. They partner directly with game developers. You know exactly where your keys are coming from. You can check out the website at chrono.gg/AGDQ. And proceeds from those GDQ future titles will help benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. We're sponsored by Pinball Joe. You can check out his website at twitch.tv/pinballjoe. And any subscriptions to his channel also help support the PCF. If anyone's wondering when they hear about some of those donations that say save the animals or kill the animals, that's for a donation incentive for Super Metroid towards the tail end of our marathon here. Currently, it's almost neck and neck with Kill the Animals currently leading by a small amount. And essentially, the runners of that game will have a chance to save a group of imprisoned animals or kill them towards that run based on which of those donation incentives wins the bid war. In addition to donation incentives, there are also some awesome prizes available if you donate to the cause. Currently, any $50 donation will enter you into a chance to win an awesome AGDQ banner, and any $75 or higher donation will enter you for a chance to win a PS4 Pro bundle with VR and 10 games included. For some other upcoming donation incentives, we've got the file name choice for the Minish Cap. Currently a dead heat between Hobo and Navi, with Burger trailing not too far behind. So get your donations in if you want an amusing file name there. There's also an incentive for the Prince's Glitch exhibition in Dark Souls 3, which needs about $11,000 more to be met and demonstrated on stream. Should be some awesome stuff. And the Dark Souls 3 character can also be named, with Mammy Nova currently leading, Robbie Rotten in second, and The Champ in third. So if you'd like those or any other name to win that character name, get your donations in for them. AGDQ is also sponsored by MagFest. They run an awesome convention. Their flagship event every winter is in Washington, D.C. and pulls in over 20,000 people for 4 days of nonstop music and gaming. Lots of fun. MagFest Laboratories is a MagFest science fair. You can contribute your experiment to them. They've got a lot of other events as well, such as BitGen Gamer Fest, which is a day long of live video gaming music every summer in Baltimore. All right, we are ready for our next game. We've got Bullets here running Human Fall Flat. Take it away, Bullets.
All right, well, this is Human Fall Flat. We'll be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is a third-person puzzle platforming sort of game, but we're going to try to avoid as many puzzles as possible because, going fast. But for this first level, all we do is to skip the tutorial, you just jump across that gap right there, which is actually intended, surprisingly. You're supposed to go across there, but that's pretty much the only intended thing we're going to do for the rest of the game. So there's a bunch of puzzles to the right, and like I said, I don't like puzzles very much, so we're going to climb into this train. It can sometimes be a little finicky, but we should be able to get ourselves up there and go to the last puzzle of the game. Just have to bunny hop across here. As you can see, just bunny hopping is the fastest way of moving, though it's a little weird and sometimes a little random. And we're going to skip that last door because those buttons are kind of far away and I don't feel like going to them. So this next level is probably the shortest level of the game because these walls are very thin, so we're just going to swing around them and skip around because you skip 2 puzzles by going across this one. This one's actually a little bit difficult because you have to go all the way around, and the loading zone there is a little finicky sometimes. All this is a lot of just bunny hopping at the right times and managing where you are kind of on these platforms.
So why don't you explain for a second the extended climb that you're doing in some of these areas to get around?
So yeah, coming up right ahead is something called extended climbing. And what you're normally supposed to only be able to do is if you're grabbing some sort of edge, you're only supposed to be able to pull yourself up or let go and kind of try to figure out a different way around. But if you move your camera in a certain way and you kind of get yourself enough momentum going, you can actually keep climbing up walls, which for a lot of these completely breaks the map. So like right here, we're only going to skip like a very small puzzle here, like moving that train there takes a few seconds, so we're just going to climb over this wall and skip it.
Now that may not look too hard, but it's actually a couple of different inputs at once, and if you do make a mistake, you can actually slide all the way down some of the walls, and later on we'll be seeing some taller areas in which he's doing this climbing technique. So,
Mountain's a good kind of showing what it is, but then once we get later on, it kind of just breaks the game. So just going to make our way up these stairs that sometimes just decide to bounce you off them. This exit, for some reason, every once in a while you'll go right through it and it'll just spawn you at the last checkpoint. It didn't do that time, good. So this is the first level we're going to break completely with extended climbing. We're going to go to the closest wall and just climb up it. And this is going to bring us to the top of the map, an area you're not supposed to really ever get to. And it lets us kind of cut through the entire map because the way they have it designed, it's kind of a slalom all the way through. But we can just go over everything. This would be a good time for a quick donation if you have one.
Sure thing. Got a $10 donation from Moon SC. It says, "Hello, Bullets. Hope you have a good run and no trolls today, Kappa. Huge shout out to you and Sup Nerds and Killing Pepsi for the awesome flyer inch run. Donation goes to Runner's Choice."
Thank you, Moon.
And we've got a $10 donation from Soul Closet that says, "Hey Bullets, so excited to see someone I know on stage for such a great cause. Hope your Human Fall Flat run goes well. And I know that one day we'll get super hot in together. For Ellie."
So I just took a safety checkpoint right there because you don't get a checkpoint the entire level. So if you mess up this, which is just jumping into the loading zone, which is very easy to do, but we got it. So if you do that, you just head to the very beginning of the level and you have to do the entire thing over again. So. There we go.
A little bit worrisome.
Yeah. So we are going to do a very fun way of breaking this level. this rock sometimes doesn't quite, there we go. Sometimes it takes like 3 or 4 hits, that rock will just decide it doesn't really want to play along today.
There's a little taste of what the puzzles actually might look like if you were doing them.
Yeah, come on. Come on. You can do it. I believe, there we go. Yeah, let's run to the door for a second. He's very, when you jump, he just kind of runs into whatever. He doesn't like being, I guess, maneuvered very finely. So anyways, the game gives us a catapult, which is a really bad idea, because we can move the catapult wherever we want to and kind of abuse it. So we're going to load it right now because we're not going to be able to do it later. So I'm going to take this. So when you normally grab it, you can't move it, but for some reason when you look down, you can get superhuman strength and drag it wherever you want to. So we're gonna bring it this way. This corner over here. This map's kind of like a circle around the entire way, so the beginning and end are right next to each other, but there's a wall between them. So all we need is a giant catapult to get across that wall. I do have to make sure to angle it correctly. It's actually a little bit precise, and if I mess it up, I'll have to move the catapult back here and reload it, and not fun. So let's try to get it first try. All right, that looks good. Okay, cool. There is one more puzzle, but if you, oh, come on, Bob. If you climb yourself down carefully enough, you can kind of go over it and skip the entirety of it. Though if you do fall down, there's a backup to save it, but we did get over, so we are done with Castle. A small thing I'm doing at the beginning of each of these levels is not super important, but when you hit the ground in each of the levels, it knocks you out. But the game, for some reason, gives you the ability to knock yourself out otherwise, just randomly. But if you knock yourself out after the map loads, then it won't refresh it when you hit the ground, so you get up a little bit quicker. So it saves like 3 or 4 seconds each level, but it's like a small thing you don't notice until you've started running it yourself.
And so coming up here, he's going to be doing a bunny hopping over a tripwire. Essentially, it's a little bit trickier because if you fall off, it's very simple to do, but it's not something you'd normally be able to do. But with the bunny hop mechanic, you can actually continue down the wire itself.
Yeah, you can't walk along it. It'll just slide you off. You can see it up ahead here. We have to get to that lever right there because it opens the door. We passed by the exit, but there's no way to get through that. There's no way to clip through it or anything like that. So you do have to, oh, come on, you can do it. It's very slippery. You're not supposed to ever walk down here. You're supposed to release water, which gets the water wheel going, and then you swim down here and go on the water wheel. So we're doing things kind of backwards. We do get a checkpoint there, so if I do mess this up, we should be fine, but I just kind of have to line myself up a little bit. You have to make a lot of like small adjustments during it just to make sure you get all the way across. There we go. So that's just going to let us open this. For some reason, I've had it once where that lever like deactivates itself. Like I'll open this, and then it just decides it wants to close it as I'm jumping at it. So I had to go all the way back up. So
I give that a 7.5 out of 10, by the way.
yeah, I didn't do a very good dive. All right, so this is the last level of the game. We've kind of just blown through everything. This game usually takes like 2 or 3 hours to complete, but we don't have any time for that. So we're going to bring that over there. You can use it to block the fan, but we have better things to do with it. We're going to grab it. Oop. Like everything in this game, trying to grab it, it's a little finicky and a little weird. So we're going to bring it to this corner over here because we need just a little bit extra distance to get across here. So we're going to take that there, and if you bunny hop off of it, up, there goes the pole. Okay, cool. So this brings us to the last puzzle where you're supposed to drive that car we just passed by all the way up that hill, get a bunch of coal, bring it back down here, put it in the generators, set the generators on fire, which puts those silos, has air go through them so you can launch yourself. But for some reason, they just left the silo on over here. So we can just launch ourselves at the right angle, and we can go right in that silo that's got the exit in it if I timed it correctly. Okay, we made it. And that's time. And we have these lovely credits as well. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Human Fall Flat's a whole bunch of fun to run. And best of luck to all the runners today and tomorrow.
Alrighty, that was Bullets with Human Fall Flat. Got some more donations here. $5 donation from Justin's a Monster. Said, had to wake up early to watch Play-Doh Man climbs a wall. Good luck on the run, Bullets.
Thanks, Justin.
Got a $20 donation from Nietzsche. Says, I've been watching the GDQ for 4 years now, and I'm looking forward to every event. You guys have always so many awesome speedruns for a good cause. You're doing a great job, all the runners, and everyone else who's helping out. Keep up the great work. Greetings from Switzerland. We've got a $25 donation from Ben240. Says, how do you guys even learn to play games this well? I've played tons of games in my time, but I normally just turn up the difficulty to push myself instead of going for all these sick glitches. You guys rock. Let's artificially lower our times, kill those animals, and kick cancer's butt. You're watching Awesome Games Done Quick, raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. PCF's one of the nation's leading voluntary health organizations, the only U.S. nonprofit focused solely on cancer